Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Rant Network. I'm flying solo today. Stuart is out, and I don't have his music as well as he's the music guy. Here at the Rant Network, we do take a lot of time to poke our fun and poke our nose into politics, news, culture, and so many different things. And a lot of people like to say, you guys are so critical of anybody on the left. Well, today I'm going to keep that up because here in Canada, I'm scratching my head at the ongoing love affair that Canadian media has for the Liberal Party of Canada. The excusing, the BS, you name it. So today, that's what I'm going to focus on solo. So if this is your first time here, welcome to the Rant Network. I'm David Solomon, usually hosted with Stuart Brisgall, who's traveling today. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern. What do we do around here? It is really simple. This is an unedited, uncensored, unfiltered, and certainly unapologetic rant about politics, modern life, and the craziness that is, and so much more. Sit back, folks, because today this is all about our opinions and rants about life, different perspective that make you laugh, make you think, and make you even get angry. Because as we explore these absurdities of life, it's the kind of stuff that people don't want to talk in popular circles, that they don't want to get into. And so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The today's rant in about Canada and Mark Carney. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Carney. Once again, everybody's love affair in the media with the Liberal Party, it was berserk. A month ago, almost to the day, actually to the day, I should say, what did we do here in Canada? We just changed, like the Who said, out with the old boss, in with the new boss, but same as the old boss. Because let's be realistic. Mark Carney changed the curtains, but that's about it. It's the same house, the same people, and the same feeling. The same empty promises that the Liberal Party has been so well known for. So let's talk about some of the changes that Mark Carney demanded, insisted since he was elected a month ago. Let's talk about his cabinet, where he says, no, I'm going to change the cabinet. And instead of, you're going to see a huge difference. Yeah, let's see what he was doing. So yes, he replaced, Melanie Joly with Anita Anand. Anita Anand, a staunch anti-Israel advocate. She hates Israel. It was clear by her statements. So you swap Melanie Joly, who was making those statements, for Anita Anand. In fact, Mark Carney himself, his statements about Israel, once again, Israel's at fault. He threatened Israel, as we've talked about in prior rants. He threatened Israel for sanctions. Out with the old boss, in with the new boss, same as the old boss. It's giving a pass to Hamas. Mark Carney, Anita Anand got thank you notes from Hamas. Out with the old, same as the new. Look at the names who are still around. Chrystia Freeland, Stephen Guilbeault. People can't, just like, he's such a lefty and has some crazy ideas. Melanie Joly went from foreign affairs to the Ministry of Industry. Dominic LeBlanc, minister responsible for Canada-U.S. trade. We'll get to that in just a second. And the name goes on and on and on. So many of the same faces. So many of the same names. Out with the old, in with the new, but the new's the same. You changed the curtains. You just didn't change the house. And while you could say it's not right to go out and make complete wholesale changes and say, oh no, listen, you need new blood. And he did get some new blood. The reality is that the people who were the closest around Justin Trudeau, Stéphane Guilbeault, Chrystia Freeland, Sean Fraser, François-Philippe Champagne, Anita Anand, and on, are still the closest around Mark Carney. So it was changed. Nothing. A month later, ladies and gentlemen, you ask yourself, what exactly has Mark Carney done as being prime minister? And you can say, well, come on, David, you can't ask him to do anything. He's just got there a month ago. He was elected only a month ago. What could he possibly do? This isn't the United States, people. Let's get real. Mark Carney was the Prime Minister of Canada after he took over for Justin Trudeau. He got the mandate as Liberal leader. He became the de facto prime minister, and he said he went to negotiate with Trump. He had policies put out. He was able to do things. He went to visit Donald Trump, sure. But in typical Mark Carney liberal style, the bluster and the noise that was made in the election, poof, gone. It's gone. Let's be real. While he won last month, convincing millions of voters that he can manage the trade war with the United States, come on, let's get real. He said that Canada must focus on domestic goods. I'm just reading the quote here. Supported by government-funded infrastructure and housing plans and explore new global alliances, yada, da, 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 da. But guess what, people? The tariffs are nearly gone. That's right. They're nearly gone. He introduced a 6-month exemption. That's right, a 6-month exemption covering goods used in manufacturing, processing, food and beverage packaging, and products linked to healthcare, national security, and public safety. Automakers producing in Canada, including GM, received clearance to import certain vehicles without tariffs. Basically, according to Oxford's estimates, these so-called retaliatory tariffs, as if it's zero. So they were like a little bit, oh, we're gonna still tariff orange juice and alcohol and coffee and cosmetics and clothing. But the big things, zero retaliatory tariffs, people. So where is it? Now you're sitting here going, David, he had to save the Canadian economy. He couldn't do it. So he lied. That's what he did. He lied. That is the typical situation here where right now we're scratching our heads today saying, what exactly has changed in a month since the election? Nothing. Out with the old boss, in with the new boss, same as the old boss. It hasn't changed. The Liberal Party continues to reign as if nothing has changed, with empty promises, a lot of window covering. Maybe, like I said, he changed the curtains, but nothing else has changed. The Canadian media has continued to support as an entity, no matter what Carney does. Trump is the enemy. Carney is the savior. We could stop electioning people. We could stop right now. It's over. Carney's won. He didn't win the majority. He got a minority government, and deservedly so. But let's get real. We're a month into his new mandate, and nothing has changed. So what did he do this week? He waited to open Parliament. And what does he do? To send the message to Donald Trump and to everybody, again, changing the window coverings. He invites King Charles to give the speech from the throne, like his mother did. 2,500-word speech. By the way, King Charles didn't say a word that wasn't approved by the Canadian government. That's right. Although the monarch is the so-called monarch of Canada, they know that he knows he's not coming here to say something that he wouldn't be uncomfortable with. But at the same time, it was a message for Canadians, written and dictated by Mark Carney and the Liberal Party of Canada. The window covering that was made yesterday was to talk about how Canada is the true north, strong and free. Beautiful words. Beautiful words. The Raptors should adopt something like that called We the North. Enough, guys. It's this whole ideology that the only enemy we have out there is Donald Trump, is the fallacy that will continue to keep Mark Carney, away from the criticism. Because the media will focus again on Donald Trump and his 51st state remarks, which he made again, sure. It's annoying, people. Canadians as a whole, as an entity, do not care about the monarchy. The Canadians as a whole do not want to see the monarchy here. And yet, to create this illusion, again, Mark Carney needs to window dress. And yes, he plays with the monarchs. He's in love with them. I mean, let's get real. It's been the symbol of Canada, King Charles said, and it stands proudly with Canada. all the right words that signify nothing. The United Kingdom is in shambles, people. King Charles is reigning over a disastrous country. And yet he comes here and talks about us. It's perfect. It's so Carney. Window dress. Change the curtains, but keep the house the same. Pretend that there's a big difference. Pretend what we really are. And I know today people are sitting here going, David, like, give him a chance. He just got into the job. As he said throughout the entire election, I just got here. But the savior has done nothing. Not a policy, not a state. It's been all about window dressing. And I'm repeating myself because that's exactly what Carney has been doing. Our economy is in trouble. According to forecasts, we could be in a recession very soon. We have stagnation. We're not growing. Less than 1% this year, 0.3% in 2026 are the predictions. So where is the rush to make the change? We're going to wait for Parliament to be reconvened. Why? Let's get the stuff going. Let's move. Carney, if our economy is in such trouble, how is King Charles going to help us? He's not. So pageantry. Let's put up new curtains so we can make people think there's a change. You know, it's interesting because the Liberal Party of Canada is supported by very hardcore leftists who is all up in arms about colonialism, right? Colonialism. And they bring the monarch here who colonized Canada. That is what it's represented. Is the irony not lost on the Liberal Party, on the media? How cute. But the same people who criticized Israel and all this, this lefty banter are celebrating the king coming here to give a speech. Is the irony not lost? That's what I'm talking about. This cover up, this curtain change. It's just to try to put an illusion in front of you people that nothing will change in Canada. Mark Carney won an election. Yep, he won. Regardless of how you feel, he won. And yet he will continue to reign despite the fact that he doesn't have a majority. He's close to a majority. And he will need the NDP to pass legislation. Sound familiar? The Bloc might help. The Conservatives certainly won't, where necessary. But they're not going to topple the government. The NDP with 7 MPs, they're not going to do anything. They're going to cozy up to the Libs to because now they're the one who can pass legislation. They're the one who can keep things in power. They don't need the Bloc Québécois. They don't need the Conservatives. They just need the 7 MPs that are sitting there who are going to vote for the Liberals. And what do you think they're going to push for? Socialist policies. Sound familiar? Anti-Israel legislation. Sound familiar? Anti-US rhetoric. Sound familiar? The 10 years that we had under Trudeau, nothing's going to change. And the last 4 with the Trudeau NDP alliance, nothing's going to change. It may not be as official as what Trudeau did with Jagmeet Singh. It may not be an official formation of that alliance. But rest assured, Mark Carney is talking to the NDP. Because the Bloc's going to do what's good for Quebec. The Bloc doesn't care about the rest of Canada per se. They care about Quebec. And the Conservatives don't want to show that they're aligned with the Liberals. So it's only the NDP, the left-leaning, hateful, racially driven party. Nothing has changed. This election redrew the map in the House of Commons. Some new faces, some old faces gone. But at the end of the day, people, we're seeing the same thing. It's just instead of Justin Trudeau with this drama-like way of talking to you, you got the impatient Mark Carney who just wants to be heard and doesn't give a crap about you people. Welcome to Canada in 2025. So for those of you who voted for the Liberal Party and said, yeah, We voted for change. What'd you get? What'd you get? That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll be back again on Friday, as we are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, found it enjoyable, engaging, insightful. Maybe I pissed you off, maybe, but I'm looking forward to hearing from your comments on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page. You name it, we're there. Or visit us at therantnetwork.com.